Janvi, Kanchi, Kunal, Mrigank, Saiti, and Shubhra. A very good afternoon to all of you. So, meeting after a long time. Yes, meeting after a long time. So, I guess apart from Kunal, like I'm introduced to everyone. So, Kunal, if I get your introduction, and you are from batch 19. Okay, but you never did any of my earlier classes. Yes, Kunal? Kunal, you can unmute. This is a rule of my class. I hope if you have done the classes earlier.
Yes, sir. I was a part of ancient history, and due to some reason, I have to skip for classes. I have to start from business. So that's the reason I have to skip the classes. So now I'm rejoined back.
So, but you have taken the classes already.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was part of ancient history, and I'm doing this recorded lectures for ancient history.
Okay, okay. Okay. You are from which place, Kunal?
Delhi.
You are from Delhi. Which part of
Yes.
which part of Delhi?
Punjabi Bagh.
Okay. सही है कुणाल. अच्छी जगह. Nice place. Okay, Kunal. Great. Sindhuja, seriously? ऐसा क्यों Sindhuja? Waiting since long. Like I don't think like what period हो गया? इतना time हो गया. So what about your like studies? What is happening in what is happening? Like what the things have been completed? What are remaining? वैसे तो I know a bit of things like through Kanchi, है ना? Kanchi and like me, like we are in constant touch. I hope you all know that. And Kanchi is the only person. Yes, Sindhuja. Sindhuja, unmute please.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, Sindhuja. How are you, Sindhuja?
I'm good. How are you, Professor?
I'm also very fine. I was also waiting to start the batch along
We have
with you
actually
all.
been literally asking Priya ma'am and Sarita ma'am when modern history and art and culture is going to start almost like every week.
Modern history, acha, revision modern history. So why you all are not doing the revision classes? I'm already taking revision classes. Why you haven't joined those classes?
We were not informed about it. We were asking them when Kulbhushan's classes are going to start. Like every week, we have been asking them.
Oh my God! Like I guess you all must like have joined those classes. Kanchi, I guess Kanchi has told me you all didn't wanted to do history along with other batches. I guess that was the reason. Is it so?
Maybe. Yeah, that was right.
Okay, hybrid was a problem. So you don't want to do hybrid
Yeah,
classes, but
hybrid
why?
was a problem for us.
But why?
I don't know, Professor. Like even in current affairs class, they did give us the hybrid classes, but then we were not able to like interact at all. It was kind of very disconnected.
But it was not it was and it is not a problem in my class. My hybrid class, you can see any recording of my hybrid class. That's a totally different thing. Like with you'll have the same feel as you are having here. You'll have only one thing will be different, and that is like behind me you'll see that screen. Only that is the difference, and I'm like in this class I'm sitting, and in those classes I'm not sitting, I'm walking here and there. Only that is a difference. Otherwise you'll not find any difference like when I'm taking my hybrid classes. Janvi, Janvi, because you have asked them, na? No, you didn't ask them. Okay. Chalo, no props.
We
No
didn't
props,
even
please.
know that you were taking the classes in hybrid mode. It was through the other batch that we got to know. So we did not say no to those classes. They just randomly told us that your classes have been cancelled and they will continue later. So we didn't know only.
Kanchi, unmute, please. Kanchi will tell the true story. Yes, Kanchi. I have full trust on you.
The thing
Yes.
is that, so like our batch don't want hybrid at all, because in current affairs we just want like that on pure online mode only. So that's the thing, and they told in that Telegram group that you don't want hybrid. That's why we are removing them, and it is still there. So that's the thing, because that hybrid only. That's the thing they removed us.
Acha. Okay. No issues. No issues. Maybe then okay. Actually, I have asked the management, and Janvi, it's not like that. I was just kidding. And it's something like I have asked management to take a revision batch or revision batch like for you all. Okay, for history, I cannot do whole history along with you, like first class till last class, modern India. It's such a like huge syllabus, but at least we can cover the things in 2 weeks. At least we can give like time period of 2 weeks at least. Okay, so I have asked the people like if they can arrange the classes, but we'll see. It depends. It's actually lot of depends on other classes as well. Hannah, so Kanchi knows we all are very busy in geography options. Hannah, Kanchi is so busy in that. Like Kanchi, half day of Kanchi is going in geography. Yes, Kanchi, is it so? You can tell others. Hannah,
Yes,
so
it's,
yes,
I
Kanchi,
continue to read geography optional. That's what's my problem. I told you that.
you continue to read. Acha, you continue. तो कोई बात नहीं ना, Kanchi, it will pay you a lot. I'm telling you, it will pay you a lot. है ना. एंड सबके सामने तो मैं नहीं बोल सकता कि how many things of GS also we often discuss in the classes, है ना. ये तो आपको पता है like okay, so that is the only issue. I like the time is the only issue. जैसे ही like as soon as I am having like some time, if I can carve out some time from the schedule, so we'll be having revision classes, that's for sure. Okay, I also want that like I'm Sindhuja, this was the only reason like I used that sentence. Okay. Okay, now tell me, what are the things that have been covered for you, and what are the things that are remaining for batch 19? Any one of you please unmute. Yes, Saiti?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Saiti. What are the things that have been covered, and what are the things that have been left for you? What is the level?
So we have completed economics, environment, geography, Indian geography also done.
Okay.
So we are doing world history right now.
Okay, you are doing world history right now. So I guess most of the things have been covered. Only art and culture is remaining. That means
No, so many are remaining, like ethics is remaining, and then IR.
you have not covered IR with polity.
No.
Okay, and I guess internal security classes, Amit sir was taking internal security classes.
No, sir. He took
Okay,
world geography
not your
first,
batch.
that's all.
Okay, in your batch. Okay. So internal security, social justice, IR, ethics, and disaster management. Okay, these are the things that are left. Out of these things, disaster management is seriously something very important. Please don't skip that. Okay, please don't skip that. Okay, so coming on to our topic or our classes. In this class, you all know, like on huge public demand. Mrigan, that is not left. That is revision is left. Okay, so on on public. Oh my God, Janvi. So on public demand, we are starting a batch of like art and culture, and I don't know like how you will be getting the things, है ना. ये तो बाद में ही पता चलेगा whether you will be happy or not. So we'll be taking around 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks I'll be taking for art and culture. As you all know me, I'll not like I never do things in hurry, है ना. You all are aware of the thing, है ना. कभी भी मैं कोई चीज हरी में करता ही नहीं हूँ, never. And because we are not doing anything in hurry, so we'll be doing art and culture in detail. Okay, we'll be doing art and culture in detail. Why we will be doing art and culture in detail? First of all, I'll tell you something about art and culture, then what art and culture is, then what are the sources, and then we'll start with the topic. Okay, so first of all, what is art and culture? Why it is important? Most of the students, I can tell you, around 70 to 80%, around 70 to 80% of the students skip this topic, art and culture. Do you know this? Are you aware of this thing? Most of the students, they skip this topic, art and culture. Okay. And what to tell you, like most of the times people complete ancient India, people complete medieval India, and they don't know what was the architecture of the various dynasties of the various people that were ruling that were ruling in that period. Okay, so that is the scenario. That is the scenario. If you have any doubt on this, what I just said, you can ask at least Kanchi. Kanchi, you can ask Bankerling and Elizabeth whether they have covered like architecture of IVC or architecture of Mauryas or architecture like temples of so many places, so many things that we have discussed when we were doing. है ना? Now, what is the thing? What is the thing because of which people are not doing art and culture? People feel art and culture is very boring. No, this is one most important thing. People think art and culture is very boring. So we are having a luxury that in our batch, in this batch, we are having a person who can help us a lot in at least one topic. And one topic, like the person can help us a lot. The person is a champion of that topic. And the person is champion of that topic. Do you know whom I'm talking about? And this is like, who is that person? Oh, Kunal, not me. Are nahi. Oh my God. No. That person is sitting in this batch at present. That person is a very, very awesome dancer. And the person is Chaitra. Okay, the person is Chaitra. Another person is a painter in our class. Another person is a painter in our class. I hope everyone is aware. Everyone is aware that dances are very important. अभी बताऊंगा थोड़ी देर में about dances, है ना? Then paintings. One person is a painter in our class. Are you getting this thing? So now here it will be very challenging, not for you but for me. I don't know how I'll cope up with Chaitra and Sindhuja and the people like who are great professionals in their field, है ना? So I thought I'll take this challenge. है ना? I thought I'll take this challenge. We must take, है ना? We must accept this challenge. So Chaitra and Sindhuja, I have accepted the challenge. I don't know what will happen to me. I'll tell you this. Like you will tell me better after a month. But art and culture is not at all boring. It is not at all boring. It is something very interesting. It is something which is very, very interesting. Sometimes it will happen. We will be having a feeling why the things are getting so much of bored types. Okay, but now we will convert it. We will try to make it interesting as much as we can, and as much as we can. Okay, why we need to do this thing? Because whether it is prelims or whether it is mains, whether it is interviews, in mains, whether it is essays, you will require art and culture. You will require art and culture. If you are aware, now the essay paper, section A and section B, one section we are having philosophical essays. Have you seen the essay paper? Have you seen that essay paper? Philosophical essays. Okay. Have you done essays? Like essay class have been done for you or not? No, like no essay. You don't have any practice of writing essay. So Janvi, the essay classes are starting next week. Okay. I guess I must have told you to how to write an essay. I guess I must have told you like how to bring in words. Have I or not? When we're doing ancient or medieval, have I told you how to bring in words? Maybe yes. No, seriously. Like it's something like I tell to like most of the times to everyone. Seriously, no. I guess yes. I must have told you how to bring in words. Essays. When you are writing essay, whenever you are writing essay, from where you will get words. So basically, essays. One type is philosophical type, and the other type is the other one where like you have like something scientific or historical or geographical or environmental or such type of such type of essays. Okay, you only told about conclusion part. Okay, Kanchi, I'm giving a gist of it. Whenever you are writing any essay, you are having a topic and you don't know anything about the topic. Okay, you don't know anything about the topic. Let's say you are writing an essay on environmental degradation. You're writing an essay on environmental degradation, and you don't know from where to bring 1,000 words. You will be writing the essay for around 1,000 words, 800 to 1,000 words. What you can do is, remember, first of all, what we are doing when we are writing essays, we are using a rough sheet. We are making a rough essay. So how to make a rough essay? Tell me the names of subjects. Tell me the names of subjects that you know. The names of subjects. History. Yes, tell me. Geography. Economy. Polity. Environment. Science and tech. Psychology. Okay, law. Philosophy. Anything else? Done most of the things? Now these are the subjects. इनको एक side में लिख लो. Write down the subjects like in one part. Number 2. We are having some words starting with W. What? Where? By whom? How? When? Okay, got it. Now, number 3. Now write positives and negatives. Plus solution. So the smarter people already by now, you must have understood from where to get these words. Yes, from where to get the words. देखो, Janvi ने बताया, Janvi is smart. Janvi, we already know this batch is full of smart people. I know this, and no one knows better than me this thing. This batch is full of smart people. I know that. तभी तो मैं यहाँ पर हूँ ना. Like, this is the reason why I am here. I'll be saying in this thing in the future, all these people, the selection that you can see this year, all these people, they were I have discussed some things with them, है ना. So जब भी मैं जाऊँगा मिलने के लिए, आप भी at least मुझसे मिलोगे ना, at least, है ना. You must be like बोलोगे ना कि yeah, you know that man. Okay, so now history. Janvi, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Janvi, please throw some light now if you have understood how to bring in 1,000 words here.
Okay, so from historical perspective.
No, tell me. आप समझ गए हो, मुझे बताओ ना. आप समझ गए हो?
Okay, so just telling what the idea is. So basically, आपने 3 चीजें बताई हैं. तो first is subjects. तो basically 1,000 words कैसे लाने कि हम हर एक subject को we'll use key ideas from every part that we cover every aspect. Like would be political aspect, historical aspect, all of it. And then throughout the essay include parts of what, where, when, how. So all the relevant information that one needs to know about any idea, we will get here.
Very good.
And to make anything neutral so that we have a positive as well as a negative outlook, we must include both the points. So we will give positive aspects also. At the same time, we will give the negatives or the critical aspects of the same, and we will end with a way forward or a solution which they actually need from us.
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. So most of you already are having the idea. See, IBC, people used to worship trees. People, remember, people used to worship trees. People, है ना? In modern India, when Britishers came, what Britishers started? What Britishers started, because of which tribal revolts were there. Tribal revolts हुए थे ना? I hope some of you must be knowing this thing. There were so many tribal revolts in various parts of India. So forest plus tribes, forests plus tribes, they were living in coherence. Forest plus tribe. The tribes, various tribes, they used to think that forests are our home. These are our home. Forest को tribes को तो ये लगता था. But when Britishers came, they disturbed that like bonding between the tribe and the forest, and uske baad they started deforestation. So basically you need to tell what used to happen, what was the thing present in India when we are writing environmental degradation in India. तो हमारे यहाँ पे environment के लिए it was not care for the nature. No, it was not care for nature. It was love for the nature. We were the people who used to love nature. Okay, who used to love nature. We will be giving some facts. Still you must be knowing that people used to feed snakes. People used to worship cows, humped bulls, still worshipped. आज भी like banyan tree, people tree, they are still worshipped. Okay, now you are having one paragraph. That was the history. Then बाद में क्या हुआ? Deforestation start हो गया. Okay, deforestation. Then come on to geography. Which are the places in India? India में कहाँ पर where you can see the environmental degradation? What is geography? Geography is where spatio variations. And spatio variations. That is geography. So where in India you can see environmental degradation? Which are the places where you can see environmental degradation? You can see environmental degradation in metropolitan cities. You can see environmental degradation in various metropolitan cities. See, many cities I have marked in the map also. You can see environmental degradation in Great Northern Plains. You can see environmental degradation in the deserts part of the country, in the semi-deserts part of the country. Okay, then economics. Now economics is something that rules the world. That rules the world. Why people are degrading the environment? It is because of economics. But the cost of degradation and the result, are they in coherence? Answer is no. People are only looking to the cost of this wood, or the cost of this, like the skin of that animal, or the cost of that land. And they are not able to look on the impacts, on the future impact. They are not able to look on the future impacts. Then polity. What are the programs launched by government since independence for environmental degradation? If any you can remember, at least आपको Project Tiger, Project Elephant, at least ये तो याद ही होगा. ज़्यादा भी नहीं तो at least Wildlife Protection Act, ये तो याद ही होगा. थोड़ा ये तो पता ही होगा after doing your environment classes. इतना तो पता ही होगा. If any new scheme, वो भी आप लेकर आ सकते हो, है ना? If any new scheme, वो भी लेके आ सकते हो. Environment का तो पूरा topic है. The topic is very good, Kunal. We can bring in Chipko movement, है ना? Chipko movement दोनों, both. One Chipko movement was of that Sundarlal Bhuguda, है ना, Uttarakhand, and the other Chipko movement, the original Chipko movement. Anyone is aware? Original Chipko movement. Anyone? The original Chipko movement. It was where? No one? Very good, Mrigank. It was Amrita Bishnoi in Jodhpur district. Okay, वहाँ पर there were trees. The species of that was khejri. खेजड़ी trees होते थे. Bishnoi community that is living in Jodhpur. So once upon a time, and in our classes, I have told you about that. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Opium, smuggling of opium. Do you know that? है ना? I guess you remember that, the smuggling of opium. So Bishnoi community now some people of Bishnoi community, they are involved in trafficking of opium. And now some people are like they are doing this thing. Earlier, these, like not earlier, still these people are great nature lovers. So there was a lady called as Amrita Devi or Amrita Bishnoi. So it was like when the government come to cut down the trees, they hug the trees. And later on it was copied by like Sundarlal Bhoguna also. Okay, then like the tree the tree in that area, it was khejri trees. Still there is a place, there is a very nice fort in that area. That fort is called as Fort Khejarla. There is a fort called as Fort Khejarla. Abhi bhi there is a fort called as Fort Khejarla. The Fort Khejarla, gaon ka bhi naam hai Khejarla. Okay, when you are going from Jodhpur to Ajmer, so you can see you can see this place Khejarla. There's still that Fort Khejarla, and it was a sheer coincidence that when my friend that Shivangi, she got married, so we had booked this fort for her marriage. Okay, for 3 days we had booked this Fort Khejarla. So it was something like once upon a time we had studied this thing. Now we are staying there at the same place, and so it gives a very nice feeling. So इसलिए मुझे बड़ा अच्छे से पता है about this thing. So now coming on to the next thing, science and technology. Can we develop something like we can do some research, something new, like which can save environment from degradation? Are there any new technologies? Yes, we do have something called as green technologies. Okay, you can mention a small paragraph for that. Psychology, you just think what is the psychology of people, why the people are degrading the environment. It is something that the person is sitting on a stem of a plant, on a branch of a tree, and is cutting down the same stem. It is something like that. It is like what is the psychology of the person? We need to change the thinking of the person. What are the laws? So we are having something Forest Rights Act, है ना? Biodiversity के लिए, if we are having anything for biodiversity, then if we can bring in something current, एक तड़का current का भी चाहिए. We require something about current. So now you are having how many paragraphs? At least you are having 6 to 7 paragraphs. Now you are having 6 to 7 paragraphs. Okay. Now the first paragraph, introduction, it will be a power-packed introduction. It will be, what do you mean by environmental degradation? So you will explain what is environmental degradation. Okay. Where already answered. By whom? It is the people. How you need to answer. And when you need to, you can already cover this in history. When you can already cover in history, because it is the topic where like it can be a different topic where you can have like different things. Now, what can be the problems of environmental degradation and what can be the solutions of environmental degradation? I guess itna to aap log likh hi sakte ho. Now tell me, the 1,000 words are like, it is something very huge. Now tell me, now do you feel that 1,000 words? Now can you bring in 1,000 words? It's so simple now, I guess. You can bring in, can you write now 1,000 words? Now try to think some other topic. And use the same strategy. You can use women empowerment. You can use child trafficking. You can use drug trafficking. You can use FICN. You can use terrorism. You can use Naxalism. Any topic of your choice, except philosophical ones. Take any topic and fit in this strategy with any topic, and trust me, you can easily write something more than 1000 words. Something more than 1000 words. Never I was short of words for writing essay. Okay, I have never done a single class for essays. Never done trust me on this. I have never done a single class on essays. Okay, जितनी भी चीजें मुझे पता है, like my subject geography, it gives me some statements. I have given you something for sustainable development once. Sustainable development is not the end. It's not the end, blind end to development. It is end to blind development. And I like this statement. You can use in the conclusion, or convert gray areas into green. Convert gray areas into green. We don't require a second green revolution. We require evergreen revolution. Something like this. These are the things like which my subject tells me. There are some statements which history tells me, like Jawaharlal Nehru, separate electorates, what they had done. They had institutionalized communalism in India. So I have those things. If I can use in any essay, I have never rectified any quotes. Any quotes, never. And every time I was given more than 60% marks in essay. Every time more than 60%. कभी भी ऐसा नहीं हुआ in my like all my attempts, like 4 attempt मैंने दिए थे, है ना. I have given 4 attempts. In all the 4 attempts, every time I got 60% marks, above 60% marks in essays, without doing even a single class, following this strategy. Are you getting this thing? Because वहां पर क्या ना, we need to arrange the things. We need to arrange the things. Now जब arrange करोगे, it should be something like this. After introduction, you need to write history wala paragraph, history. Then you need to write geography. You यहाँ पर ये नहीं like introduction के बाद history is coming like second last paragraph. This thing, like I assume that you know this thing, how to arrange the things. History पहला आना चाहिए ना. History must come first. And a space, the temporal variation. It is temporal variation. Then it should be spatial variation. Spatial variation आना चाहिए. इसके बाद बाकी के subjects आने चाहिए. Then after all the subjects, there must be the paragraph for current. Current should be properly in the body of essay, never in the concluding part. Never in the concluding part. Okay, remember this thing, current. Then after this, positives and negatives. Positives and negatives, and then solutions. Most of the time, the essay, most of the time it will be a problem. Most of the time it will be a problem. So if it is a problem, then solution. You like, and then wind up everything, and try to write one summary of whatever you have written. Whatever you have written, then that is the conclusion. So your essay is done. Okay. So essay के लिए ज़्यादा परेशान मत होना. But yes, when you are doing essay classes, at least after doing that, now what you need to learn is how to write philosophical essays. How to write philosophical essays. ये आपको आना चाहिए. When you are doing classes, see, it is something. After doing any class, you must ask yourself. Whether like I have completed this thing. Now, am I in situation to solve some questions, previous year's questions of prelims and mains? You must ask yourself for anything, including mind subject. Okay, if you are able to do 80% of the questions which have been asked previously in prelims as well as in mains, think you have done very nicely. If you are not, think you need to do it again. Simple. It's very simple. When you are studying, when you are doing self-study, when you are doing classes, when you are doing anything, if you are able to do 80% of the things, because 20% I'm leaving to UPSC, you never know how and from where UPSC will be bringing this 20% of the questions. But 80% the questions are workable. And you can easily attempt those. Okay. Coming on to art and culture. Now, there is a large number of people who feel that art and culture is only asked in prelims. It is only asked in prelims. The people who thinks like that, they are very wrong, because You pick any mains paper, you will find 3 to 4 questions are asked every year in mains. 3 to 4 questions every year in mains, and those questions are not at all easy. You cannot frame the answers to these questions when you are sitting in the examination hall then and there. Never you can frame that. I'm telling you this thing. Okay, if you have not done art and culture, you will not be in a position to answer the question, to answer the questions from art and culture section in the examination hall. है ना, आप नहीं कर सकते हो. essay के लिए आप कर सकते हो. You can do it. You can do that thing for essay, not for art and culture. You can see the previous year's question papers. अब देख लेना उठा के 2020 के उठा के देख लेना, है ना, 2021 को उठा के देख लेना. You will not be in a situation. So we need to prepare it. We need to prepare it. Conceptual clarity is must. Conceptual clarity is must. So what are the things that makes up art and culture? हमें art and culture में क्या क्या पढ़ना होगा? What are the things we must study in art and culture? Art and culture, it can be divided into various segments. Okay, it can be divided into various segments. One is visual art. One is visual art. Other is performing art. Performing art. And the third is literary art. Literary art. Okay, now these are the things in which we can divide art and culture. Okay, Chaitra, Sindhuja, Janvi, Kanchi, Kunal, Mrigank, Saiti, and Shubhra. I hope no one is sleeping. So Abhinay is not there in the class. Abhinay is not coming. There was one student, Abhinay also, na? Abhinay or Abhinav? Abhinay or Abhinav was the name of the person. Chaitra, wide awake. Yeah, Abhinay. Okay. So Abhinay is not coming in the classes. Not taking the classes anymore, or absent for art and culture. Maybe he's also thinking art and culture is of no use. Absent since week. Okay. So he's not consistent. Okay. So Janvi, I guess you are having sociology, na? Abhinay and you sociology as a PSIAR. Okay. So PSIR, so you are having like short syllabus. You will be completing it very soon. है ना? Okay. So when you are doing Janvi IR, na, this is IR for all. IR special, like this is for all, and specifically for the people who are having PSIR. When you are doing IR, please you need to link it with current. If you are not linking it with current, your IR is not done. Okay, link it with current. And when you are doing polity, you need to link the things with various judgments. Okay, various judgments of Supreme Court. If you are not doing that, and try to have current judgments. If you are not doing that, then don't think that you will be getting very nice marks. Okay, if you want something more than 50% marks in polity or in PSIR, you need to bring in judgments of Supreme Court for everything, for every topic. You require Supreme Court judgments. Okay, this is something I don't know why people don't do it, and it is because of this thing when people are writing the answers. I'm talking about mains. People are writing the answers. They think why they haven't got the nice marks. अच्छे number क्यों नहीं मिले? So this is the reason. Okay, this is the reason. You need to you have to write Supreme Court judgments. तो मैंने शायद अभी कांची आपको तो बताया था ना. Use your index of Lakshmikant or any polity book. Use index of your polity book. Judgments वहाँ पर लिख लेना, है ना? Different judgments, different judgments. Write the judgments in front of the content index Lakshmikant में. Okay, it will be easy for you to remember. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Now, art and culture, it can be divided into visual art, performing art, and literary art. What is visual art? What are the things that are included in visual art? Number one, visual art, that is something you can see and you can feel, you can touch it. Something you can touch, you can feel. Okay, so architecture. Number two, Number 2, Sindhuja's paintings. Number 3, sculptures. Number 4, pottery. Number 4, pottery. Okay, so these are the things that we need to do in visual art, and it's very important, very important. Okay. Now in this, when we are doing architecture, we need to start architecture. Simply, but how you can touch music? मैंने बोला something which you can touch. And you can touch musical instrument. You cannot touch music, I guess. Or yes, music touches your heart. That is a different thing. Music touches your heart. And for me it is. And music it's give me like a very nice feeling. But I guess music cannot be touched. Architecture will be starting from like prehistoric period. IVC, architecture of IVC, cave architecture. In fact, before this is cave architecture, IVC, then temple architecture, then Buddhism and Jainism architecture, then Indo-Islamic architecture, and finally modern architecture. So under modern architecture, we can take the example of New Delhi. है ना, अभी तो थोड़ा सा architecture change हो रहा है वहाँ पे, and I can see Delhi while going to office. Like I can see Delhi, like that Central Vista project is on, and we can also take the example of Chandigarh, modern architecture. Okay, so various types of architecture we need to cover when we are doing ancient India, architecture of ancient India. So architecture that we need to do is the architecture of IVC, Mauryan architecture, post-Mauryan architecture, then architecture of Gupta period, and architecture of South India. Now, the thing is that already we have done most of these things. If you remember, so still we will be brushing the things. We have done already most of these things. We have seen architecture of Harappas also, Mauryan architecture, post-Mauryan, Guptas, even South India temples also. We have done most of the things. But still we'll be giving a dust aa gayi hogi, so we will be like erasing down that dust. Like we'll be revising the things. Okay. Then in paintings, when we say paintings, under paintings can be divided into miniature paintings, wall paintings, and modern paintings. So we will be doing all the types of paintings: miniature paintings, wall paintings, modern paintings, which are done in different regions of the country. Okay, paintings which are done in different regions of the country, we'll be doing these paintings. Now, sculptures, all these periods, we were having some sculptures also. By the way, what is the difference between architecture and sculpture? Can anyone tell me the difference between architecture and sculpture? क्या होता है difference? Architecture versus sculpture. What is the difference? Mragank? Yes, Mragank?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mragank, tell me, what is the difference between architecture and sculpture?
Architecture can only be in the buildings.
Okay, तो अगर हम कोई स्कल्पचर की बिल्डिंग नहीं बना सकते हैं?
स्कल्पचर तो मूर्ति होता है सर.
स्कल्पचर मूर्ति होता है? अच्छा, okay, so that's the case. So basically architecture, you can say architecture It is something done on a very large scale. Architecture is done on a very large scale. If there is a huge temple, Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro, or a huge temple, that is example of architecture. Generally, sculpture, the scale of sculpture is small. It is small. Architecture uses many material, composite material. When architecture is there, it uses many material, composite material. It, like when you are making a temple, you'll be requiring bricks, you'll be requiring stone, you'll be requiring metal, you'll be requiring something like plaster of Paris, different things you'll be requiring. When you are making a sculpture, usually it is made up of single material. So you are having one piece of rock, and you are having something called as cheni. In my area, it is called a cheni and hathoda, hammer and something like that. And with that cheni, with something like that, you cut that thing into pieces, like different thing, and then you give it a shape. You can make out of that stone. That is sculpture. Okay, that is sculpture. So as you all are saying, architecture, it can be example, can be temples, and for sculpture, it can be statues, idols or statues. It can be idols or statues. Okay, like Gandhara art or Mathura art, like dancing girl. Right? It can be stone. It can be metal. It can be stone or it can be metal. Anything. Remember dancing girl? I hope you remember dancing girl of IBC. So that is not made up of stone. I hope you remember that. Okay, so now after this, after paintings and sculptures, then we need to see some pottery also. Pottery. So various periods, we can see various type of pottery. Red ware pottery, northern black polished ware pottery, different types of pottery. Already we have discussed different types of pottery in different periods. I hope you remember that. But still, okay, we'll be looking pottery also. So all these things come under visual art. Now, what is performing art? What is performing art? Chaitra, so you must be very happy, I guess. अभी मैं देखती हूँ, अब मैं बताऊंगी सबको. Now it's my turn. Something like that, Chaitra. Is it so? It's your turn now. Acha. So performing art, number one, dances. When we say dances, which type of dances do we need to cover here? Which type of dances? हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर? हाँ जी चैत्रा, चलो चैत्रा बताइए. Classical and folk both. Okay, so we will be doing classical dances. We will be doing regional dances. By the way, ऐसे ही पूछना दिमाग में आ गया. What are these classical dances? How you can say that this dance is a classical dance? What are classical dances? Classical languages तो सुना होगा आपने, है ना? You must have read something about classical languages. How many classical languages? Which is the latest language which Chaitra will tell. So Chaitra, on public demand, you need to unmute and you need to tell what are classical dances, Chaitra. Chaitra तो ऐसे ही बता देगी. Chaitra must have done in theory में तो पढ़ा ही होगा ना Chaitra ने. Chaitra is not unmuting. So Chaitra, why? What happened? Chaitra don't want to unmute. So Chaitra is not going to tell. Chaitra don't want to share like what she has. Chaitra, seriously, are you sleeping? Chaitra is having lunch probably. But today it is like something 3:30. 3:30 mein lunch. Oh, Chaitra has left. Kanchi, what to do now? Okay. Classical dances basically Sangeet Natak Academy has accorded the status of classical dances to various dance forms. Okay, it is Sangeet Natak Academy जिसने हमें बताया है this is the list of classical dances. This is the list of classical dances. Okay, और उसका basis क्या है? What will be the basis of that? The basis is the origin of those dances is very old. Most of them based on the text of Bharat Muni. What was the name of the book? What was the name of the book? Bharat Muni ki Natya Shastra. Very good, Janvi. Natya Shastra. The Natya Shastra of Bharat Muni. Also there was a book. I have told you that book.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. What happened, Chaitra?
Sir, I think it got stuck. I was trying to unmute, but it was not happening.
Okay. So Chaitra, like people want to ask, like, what are classical dances? How we can say that this dance is a classical dance?
So classical dance mostly originated from temples.
Classical dances originated from temples, and they are very old.
Yes,
based on some ancient treaties,
yes,
like Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. There was one more book,
Abhinay Darpan.
Abhinay Darpan. One more book, Sangeet Ratnakar.
Yes,
ये भी तो है, Sangeet Ratnakar. And I hope I have told you this. Sangeet Ratnakar, Sharang Dev.
Yes, sir.
I guess I have told you this. Sangeet Ratnakar, Sharang Dev, है ना? So these are the three books, important books. These are the three important books: Natya Shastra, and Abhinay Darpan, and Sangeet Ratnakar. Okay, so we need to do classical dances in detail. Also, we'll be doing some regional dances. We cannot cover all. Okay, we cannot cover all, but some of them, at least some of them we will be doing. At least we will be giving a glimpse to some regional dances. ठीक है, छाव वगैरह जो कुछ important dances है ना, कुछ dances, there are some dances which are world famous, है ना, which have become world famous, like Bhangra and Garba. I guess everyone is aware. किसी को dance नहीं भी आता, then also everyone is aware of these two dances. Ghumar also, actually, Ghumar nowadays like Ghumar is also becoming like famous. Ghumar भी famous हो रहा है. Chhau Mrigang, it's amongst the UPSC aspirants, है ना, amongst UPSC aspirants छाव पता है सबको, लेकिन UPSC aspirants के बाहर I don't think people are aware of Chhau. At least in my area, no one is aware about Chhau. Yeah, Bihu, same goes for Bihu also. Same goes for Bihu. After dances, we need to do music. So Sindhuja want to do music also. So we will be doing music. And in music, when we are doing music, we need to do all the types like Carnatic music, Hindustani music, as well as some folk music. ये भी हमें करना पड़ेगा. We will also be discussing something about theater. ठीक है, theater, puppetry, and some musical instruments. These are the things that we'll be doing. Under performing arts. All these things are under performing art. Now, what will be the literary art? अब ये literary art क्या होगा? What will be under literary art? So literary art के अंदर what you need to do is, yes, literary art, as the name suggests. क्या बात है जानवी? बिल्कुल. We'll be starting with Vedic literature. Already we have done that. Vedic literature, Purans, classical literature और classical Sanskrit. क्या बात है जानवी? बहुत बढ़िया जानवी. Very good, Shubhra. Manuscripts, some. Then Sangam literature. Then medieval literature. I have told you many books in the medieval times. I hope you remember that. Yes, do you remember medieval times की काफी सारी books? I've told you so many books of Delhi Sultanate as well as of Mughals. I hope like you remember something. Like most of them, most of the books, I have even told you some stories also. है ना, कई सारी books की तो मैंने stories ही बताई. If you remember any of them, है ना, Janvi Drunk Man. What was the name of the book? What was the name of the book? Drunk Man. Oh my God, Kanchi, क्या बात है Kanchi. Superb Kanchi, बहुत बढ़िया. But it's not the full name. Who can tell me the full name of that book? Drunk Man, the story of Drunk Man. क्या बात है, वेरी गुड. सो कांची प्लस जानवी दोनों को मिक्स कर देते हैं, मट विलास प्रहसनम. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. बट स्टिल लाइक इट्स वेरी नाइस. लाइक अगर आपको इतना भी याद है ना, इट्स एक्चुअली वेरी नाइस. मैंने तो सोचा था लाइक एवरीथिंग विल बी गॉन बाय नाउ. ग्रेट, बहुत बढ़िया. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, अपार्ट फ्रॉम medieval, एग्जैक्टली कांची, दिस इज द थिंग. आपने बोला था ये ड्रंक मैन नहीं भूलोगे कभी, तो इसलिए नहीं भूले जानवी. Jan Sindhuja, I remember only Sangam literature. Yes, Jan Sindhuja, I can understand. This is called a regionalism. Sindhuja, this is called a regionalism. Okay. Now after doing these, कांची को देखो, कांची को संगम का याद है. Sindhuja, can you say this thing? Kanchi is not from South India, but still she remembers. And still she remembers Tol Kappiyam and Tol Kappiyar. See, देखो spell भी सही किया है. Okay. Now after doing these things, we need to study bhakti. I had promised you that I'll be doing bhakti. है ना, मैंने आपसे promise किया था, we will be doing bhakti and Sufism. Both of the things, bhakti and Sufism, हम यहाँ पर करेंगे. We will be doing bhakti and Sufism here. ठीक है? So यहाँ पर the things will be a bit philosophical. Things will be a bit philosophical, लेकिन can't help it. ये मैं कुछ मदद नहीं कर पाऊंगा है ना इसमें, in specifically in this area, especially in this Sufism and like bhakti. Okay, but ठीक है, I'll be telling you what are the things that you must know. है ना, क्या क्या पता होना चाहिए. Now, in addition to these things, apart from art and culture, and this I'll not be like teaching in the class, but what I assume you must know is GI tags. GI tags. Okay, do you know what are GI tags? आपको पता होगा. So trademarks, copyright, then intellectual property. Okay. Chaitra, okay, Chaitra, patent. We need to do patent also. है ना? We need to do patent also. So patent. Okay. So these things I'll not be telling, but I expect from you all that either you have done these things or you will be doing it. ठीक है, जानवी, हम नहीं यहाँ पर नहीं करेंगे. मैं बता रहा हूँ ये चीज, प्लीज इनको छोड़ना मत. For prelims as well as for mains, both of these things are very important. In fact, sometimes questions are asked from these things in interviews also. It's done. That's great. Okay. So you have done these things in science and tech. Okay. Okay. Now the next thing. Next thing is, what are the, you did it in law. हाँ, law में भी करते हैं ना ये Indian Patent Act वगैरह. Yes, Chaitra, we are having some acts ना, section 3D है ना, section 3D. I hope you must be aware, Chaitra, अगर आपने law में पढ़ा है तो what is section 3D? Evergreening of patents, very important. Anyone is aware? What is section 3D? You have done these things in science and tech, by the way. Abhi bola, you have done. Sindhuja is also saying, Kunal is saying, Janvi is saying, Chaitra has done it in law. Now I'm asking, what is section 3D? You don't know. What is this? What happened? कहाँ गए ये लोग जिन्होंने किया था? You don't know what is section. You don't know what is evergreening of patents. Evergreening of patents. It is actually very important. Okay, jokes apart, it is very important. Evergreening of patents. इसको कर लेना. What is evergreening of patents? There are various companies who are trying to do evergreening of patents. Okay, lot of current examples, lot of current cases in Supreme Court. ओके इन सुप्रीम कोर्ट कई सारे केसेस हैं चैत्रा मेडिसिनल ड्रग्स ठीक है चैत्रा मेडिसिनल ड्रग्स ठीक है व्हेन यू से ड्रग्स ना तो ये बोलना पड़ता है मेडिसिनल ड्रग्स बिकॉज इंडिया के अंदर आई डोंट नो व्हाई इट हैज हैपेंड ड्रग्स मीन समथिंग एल्स ओके सो मेडिसिनल ड्रग्स देखो कुणाल दिस इज जय हो गूगल बाबा एंड कुणाल इज हियर एज पर गूगल सो कुणाल आपको पता होना चाहिए था यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड what is evergreening you need to understand what are the various examples what has happened है ना हुआ क्या है पास्ट में something very important is going on in this area patent पिछली 1-2 सालों में ना ये it is very much in news evergreening of patents is actually very much in news and something that is very much in news is very important it's so simple now the sources finally sources tell me from where we'll be doing art and culture क्या कहाँ से पढ़ें art and culture what you will be referring what will be the references so सबने एक reference सबको पता होगा है ना अच्छा नहीं मेरे notes के अलावा you also need something ना to refer है ना something to refer so there's obviously some NCRTs now which are the NCRTs that you need to do when we're doing history classes at that time we had done ancient and medieval and when we're doing ancient medieval so us time par maybe some of you must have read class 6th and class 7th class 11th and class 12th NCRTs do read these NCRTs okay kindly do read these NCRTs पढ़ लेना एक बार इन NCRTs को if you are having the time and how you will read them you will take them one by one it is something like class 6th NCRT just see class 6 NCRT now you are reading most of you have done graduation some of you more than that some are doing graduation for class 6 ka padna you can do it hardly in 2 to 3 days for 2 to 3 hours if you are giving 2 to 3 hours daily for 2-3 days you can do one NCRT है ना one is this second is now these NCRTs these are not and these are not the NCRTs for art and culture these are ancient and medieval so these NCRTs Kanchi why what is sad in this I didn't get it.
We have done our classes and we are reading it now. Like we haven't done our schooling that way. Like all. And tell me what like.
ये सबके साथ होता है पता है most of the time engineers की हालत तो बहुत बुरी है ना if like I guess most of the people are engineers here ना engineers की हालत तो बहुत बुरी है they don't study like I'd like with full regards to everyone and with full like with few exceptions most of the engineers don't study at all है ना वो एग्जाम से एक रात पहले तो पढ़ते हैं and then they pass that exam with flying colors ऐसे तो होता है ना most of the time I guess many of you will be like I literally have to study even a regional language oh Sindhuja okay in addition to this NCRT there is one NCRT that NCRT if you can get the original copy try to have original copy of that NCRT is having very nice pages the quality of pages is very nice if you can get the original one that is NCRT class 11th NCRT class 11th it is called as NCRT of Fine Arts okay very nice book very nice book with very nice quality of pages okay very nice quality of pages बहुत अच्छे pictures हैं colorful pictures हैं that picture if you remember in my PPT that picture of bearded man or that dancing girl I had taken those pictures from this NCRT okay I had taken those pictures from this NCRT इस NCRT की pictures हैं वो okay the third thing that you'll require is art and culture by Nitin Singhania. Okay, now this is a book. Earlier they were available in notes format. Earlier this thing was available in notes format. Now it is a book. It has been published now. So Nitin Singhania. So I'll be telling you today. Actually, I don't have that book. So I'll be telling you which chapters. Like I'll be telling you 3 categories of chapters. Which are the most important chapters? Which are the chapters, if you have time, please go through them. And which are the chapters you can skip them. I'll be telling you 3 categories. Okay, and if you can remind me this, I can do the same thing for 2 more things. One is India Yearbook and other is economic survey. Okay, India Yearbook and economic survey. So every year, and please, this is my sincere advice to all of you. Please don't skip these things. Please isko mat chhodna. This is something very, very important. If you'll go through the content of India Yearbook, तब आपको पता चल जाएगा India Yearbook is actually giving you the glimpse of India. And what is the name of the service that you want? It is IAS. It is Indian ki administration ki service. And this is India ki year ki book. This book is a must read. Hardly 5% of the people are doing it. Not even 5%. Try to be in this 5%. Okay, try to be in this 5%. It's really very important. The book is really very, very important. It will be covering everything. It will be covering literally everything: geography, polity, a bit of culture, bit of industry, bit of resources, the things you have not covered or you may not have covered in your Indian geography classes. है ना, कांची ने मुझे कल या परसों ही बताया था. I guess yesterday itself we were having a discussion on this. The things that you have not covered in your Indian geography, those things you can do from India Yearbook. Okay, what are the important minerals? What are the important industry? Why a specific industry is located in a specific area? Factors affecting the location of industries. It is very important. Very, very important. In mains also it is very important. Yeah, अपना हमारा जो ये steel plants हैं, for those steel plants, anyone can tell why the steel plants are located there. है ना, why TISCO is located in Jamshedpur. पहली बात तो, like Jamshedpur is not the original name of that place. It was after the establishment of this plant. It was basically Sakchi. The name of the place was Sakchi. Later on, it was called as Jamshedpur. Okay, after Jamshedji Tata. Okay, so Mrigank, in addition to coal, there are so many raw materials. There are so many raw materials which are required for production of steel. And if you have done this topic, your one more topic is covered automatically. That topic is what are the important mineral sites. ये भी अपने आप हो जाता. If you have done this topic will also be covered automatically. If you know that TISCO में from where we are getting coal, from where we are getting iron, from where we are getting manganese, from where we are getting next thing, third thing, fourth thing, everything will be covered here. Everything will be covered. Okay, so this you can do from India Yearbook. India Yearbook will not be giving the factors affecting location of the industry. No, it will not be giving that, but it will be giving various industries which are very important. है ना, कहाँ से like आयात and निर्यात, imports and exports, it will be telling. The same goes for economic survey. Don't skip it. You need to do economic survey. It's very, very important, specifically for means. If you'll open economic survey, you are having so many things like boxes, box 1.1, box 2. Like something like that, boxes. It will be something like this. It will be something. At least go through the boxes. Sometimes the box is something, it is giving the factors or it is giving the steps for something like which government have taken. Exactly the same thing is asked in the question, like a question paper. So many times it has happened. So many times it has happened. Okay, so don't skip economic survey. By the way, yesterday our prime minister, he appeared and like he gave a speech. He gave a speech when he was when he intimated everyone like we are repealing the farm laws. At that time, before telling that when we are repealing farm laws, kindly hear that speech and make notes of it, and then you will get what are the steps which have been taken by the government for the benefit of farmers. Crystal clear what government had done. इससे better कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. I'm telling you this. The speech is available on various channels on YouTube. Kindly go to that. Open the channel, उसको खोलो और उसको सुन के और उसके notes बना लो. What are the steps which have been taken by the government for the benefit of farmers or for agriculture of India? You'll find this question next year. Remember this thing. Remember this thing. You will find this question next year in your paper. You will get this question. Government of India ने क्या क्या किया? You will get this question. Remember, I'm saying again and again. Okay, so make the notes. इतने बढ़िया तरीके से बताया ना. Literally, he has told in such a crystal clear language. इतना अच्छा किसी book में नहीं मिलेगा. You will not get you will not get in that manner anywhere. Literally, I'm telling you this. Now, art and culture Nitin Singhane हो गया. One more thing. This is last. There is a website. There is a website called as ccrt.gov.in. ccrt.gov.in. It is Center for Cultural Resources and Training. Center for Cultural Resources and Training. ठीक है. तो एक ये सेंटर है. इसकी वेबसाइट अगर आप खोलोगे, when you are opening this website, so you'll get that bar. Here it will be written CCRT. In this bar, somewhere here, you will get resource. You will get resource written. Click this resource, and then you will get visual art, performing art, and all literary art and the things. When you click visual art, then you will be getting architecture, under architecture, cave architecture, temple architecture, and different type of things. Are you getting this? Please go through this website also. Now, when you are doing these things, these things, what you need to do is, I'll be using a PPT. In art and culture, it is must, and art and culture pictures are must, so that we are able to recall the things. If you can do this, if you can take a printout, of the PPT. Are you getting this thing? Take a printout of the PPT. You can do one thing, like on one page, you can have 2 slides. Can have on one page 2 slides. And now when you're taking the print, take the print at on one side. The other side must be blank. Okay? The other side must be blank. If this is a PPT, if this is something, this is the PPT, one slide and another slide, the other side must be blank. Something like that. Other side blank hona chahiye. Now what you do on the blank sheet, whatever sources you are referring, like I'm open to all, like you can use any source. You can, if you want, you can use any other source also. है ना? You know that मैं कभी नहीं बोलता कि only my notes are sufficient. है ना? You know that everything, like you are open to everything, and I'll be telling you the important things. So when you are reading the things, whatever important thing you are getting related to this page, make notes here. Make notes here. If you are feeling that you require one more paper, take a blank sheet in between. And when you are done with whole art and culture, make a spiral of that. Anna, it is very easy. Make a spiral, 10 rupees, 15 rupees, make a spiral of that. Make a spiral of that. On top of it, उसके ऊपर लिख देना अपने हाथ से art and culture, and like now There is a book na, Nitin Singhania. Maybe in future your book is available in the market and someone publishes it. Yeah, Janvi, what you knew it? मैं ऐसे बोलने वाला हूँ. अच्छा. Okay. Okay. So मैं इतना predictable हो चुका हूँ ना, like आपके बैच में तो वो ज्यादा predictable हो चुका हूँ. I don't know why. Okay, so I'll ask management की ज्यादा classes मत कराओ बैच 19 के साथ. बहुत over हो गया, prediction ज्यादा हो गई. Okay. Jokes apart. So after doing this thing, इसके बाद क्या करना है? What you need to do is you need to write answers. You need to write answers of all the, like, at least 5 years previously asked questions. The previous year's question है for 5 years. Write answers of all those papers. Okay, Shubhra, Saiti, Mridang, Kunal, Kanchi, Janvi, Sindhuja, and Chaitra. Are you getting what I'm saying? You'll be writing the answers. You'll be writing the answers for all the questions which have been asked previously by UPSC. I'm talking about mains. I am talking about mains. ठीक है, मैं mains की बात कर रहा हूँ. और pre का तो करना ही करना है. वो तो करना ही करना है. But mains के answer writing practice करनी है. When you are writing those answers, if you want, you can forward me. If you want, you can forward me. If you don't want, like it's okay, no issues. है ना, अभी मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा काम भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. Okay, okay. So if you want, you can forward me. So, but please write the answers of at least 5 years, like 5 years previously asked question papers. These are the things that you will be doing. Now, how we will be going in these, like in this class? How we will be going in this class? What is my plan? Like Sangeet Natak Academy, it has given classical dance status to 8 type of dances. है ना? Now, what the problem is? For a layman, Bharatnatyam is equals to Kuchipudi. है ना? Is equals to Kathak. Is equals to Mohiniyattam. Yes, Chatra, what do you feel? Is it so or not? For a layman, not for
Yes, sir.
And ऐसे ही होता है ना?
Yes.
Most of the people cannot differentiate between these dances. Even I have seen UPSC aspirants struggling among the differences between the dances. So how and like what we will be doing here is we will be doing one dance daily. Only one dance daily. Jesse in the next class, Monday. So I have asked the management to have classes daily. Okay, earlier, otherwise, like they have, like, I don't know, it was from your side or from management side, I really don't know, but the earlier plan was we'll be having only Saturday classes. है ना, केवल Saturday को classes रखी गई थी. But I have asked the people like to have like continue classes. Okay, so that we can finish art and culture in at least a month. है ना, month तो देखो लगेगा, है ना. Don't expect anything less than a month. I'm telling beforehand. Please don't expect that. Okay, so what we'll be doing is we will be doing one dance daily. For that dance that we are doing daily, I will be showing one small video of that dance, and then I'll be telling you the characteristics and the important dancers, the region in which that dance is performed. Okay, in characteristics plus dancers plus region in which that dance is performed. These are the things that I'll be telling you. ये सारी की सारी चीजें मैं आपको बताऊंगा. What will happen is when you will be seeing that small video, and then you will like hear or you will see the characteristics. The things will be like they'll be imprinted here. And it is possible that then you will not forget the things. है ना, at least ये तो बता ही दोगे कि this dance it is performed solo or in groups. This dance is like it uses emotions or not. This dance uses bright costumes or not. At least इतना तो याद रह जाएगा. This is I am sure. So this was one way which I had used for myself. Okay, this was the way which I had used for myself. Like I used to see videos of the dances. Okay, I used to see videos of the dances and then मैं उसके बारे में पढ़ता था. The same I'll try to do along with you. The same I'll try to do along with you. ठीक है? Otherwise, we'll be starting with architecture. We will be starting with architecture. So the first, initially I'll be like brushing the things for IVC and Mauryas and all, and then we will be starting with Indo-Islamic architecture. ये हमने क्लास में नहीं किया था. We had not covered Indo-Islamic architecture, the architecture of Delhi Sultanate and the architecture of Mughals. We have not covered. Okay? Like, am I clear to all? Chaitra, Sindhuja, Janvi, Kanchi, Kunal, Mridang, Saiti and Shubhra, am I clear? If there is any doubt, anyone, any query, anything you want to ask me, you can ask. Yes. Anything from my side? Like open platform, like any question. You need to use mic, Sindhuja.
Professor, will we be discussing like the recent developments in art and culture too?
The recent developments in?
Like in art and culture could be like any probably a new dance form or something. Like the recent developments will we be
you're talking about current. You're talking about
current. Right.
So what I'll be doing is I'll not be discussing in detail, but yes, I'll try. If there is something very important as it has happened in the field of art and culture, obviously I'll be telling you.
Okay.
Otherwise, like this is something when you are doing current in the magazine, one current magazine, I have told you to go through one current magazine every month. So there you will find a section of art and culture. है ना? Art and culture का एक section मिलेगा. 50% of the things will be waste there, and 50% will be something okay. You can go through them. They will be like that. You can go through those things. Okay. तो उन go through वाली को एक बार देख लेना. At least you must know by now what is waste. At least इतना आपको पता होना चाहिए. Okay, this is something like I'm assuming now you must be aware while reading the newspapers, like what is waste and what is something like helpful for you. Okay. So we'll be meeting on Monday and we'll be starting architecture, and I'll be telling you something about Bharatnatyam. So Bharatnatyam will be the first dance plus architecture. Architecture हम शुरू करेंगे IBC period से. Okay, IBC period से हम architecture शुरू करेंगे, plus we'll be taking Bharatnatyam also. Okay, I don't remember what are the timing. I guess timings are 2 to 3 or 3:10, something like that. Again, we are having the same time, that lunch period. है ना, बिल्कुल एकदम perfect lunch period we are having. So again, you will be having like nice sleeps, I guess. है ना, जैसे पहले सोते थे. So will be the repeat telecast of the things. Chaitra, your college? Oh my God, seriously, Chaitra. Okay, try to manage it. You can see like recordings later on. Okay. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Have a great day, all of you.